my bad. Let me check the audio, make sure everything's working good. I've always been checking lately. The live streams have been weird. So, welcome to the live stream. If you are here already, I'm going to check and make sure everything is running smooth. If it is, we'll continue on. If not, I will start a new live stream. Start a new live stream. All right, we're good. We are awesome. So, tonight we're going to talk about meeting celebrities. So, up there, one of my favorite celebrities in the West Coast, which is Magic Johnson. Had an opportunity to meet him, I think it was 2 years ago. We were doing the event. I was contracted with the Elite Collective. So they are one of the coolest organizations I get to work with as a business owner. Partnerships like number one on the agenda. And the Elite Collective has been really great to partner with. I'm happy I've been able to help them grow, and they've been helping me grow. That being said, got to meet Magic Johnson, and here's an interesting story that goes with that. We were at a major gala, and he was one of our keynote speakers. The speech was phenomenal, by the way. The absolute phenomenal speech. There was a VIP section, and our DJ was there, and we were having a little bit of audio issues. Now, this may sound weird because a lot of people who see celebrities like jump over and say, I want a picture. At the time, I was busy fixing the audio problem because at that time I was production manager and audio engineer for this organization called the Elite Collective, which really cool organization. I do a lot of work for them. In fact, I'll be doing a live stream for them tomorrow. Thank you, Carlos. You are the man. And here was the cool part. I fixed the audio, get all this stuff done, set my phone down over there, and I went to go meet Magic Johnson. Now, realize people were just asking, do you want to meet Magic Johnson? I was like, sure, hell yeah, I'd love to meet him. And when I met him, shook his hand, and I thanked him for what he does in the community. I didn't say you're an amazing basketball player. I didn't say I watched you all this time, which I did. I watched him with my dad when I was in Texas, and my father's always loved the Lakers and Magic Johnson. But to me, as a black business owner and as someone who's been in the industry of helping people for years, meeting a man who has made thousands of jobs, helped people get housing, help with education, that meant something to me. Here's the odd part. This picture right here, this one right here, I didn't request. Why is that important? How come that's important? And somebody's going to call it BS, but yeah, that picture right there, I did not request it. I shook his hand. I said, thank you very much for all the things you do. You inspire me to do what I do. And this side, which it really does, so I do some work to help others get Navy productions. And that was like one of the coolest experiences of my life because realizing people are more than a basketball player, realizing they're more than that, and you actually thank them for the things they do, rewards you. So in this particular case, as I'm walking away, he goes, do you want a photo? It's like, yeah, sure. I'll pull your phone out. I'll have my phone. It's way over there. He looked at me and goes, you ain't got your phone? You didn't come over to get a picture? I was like, hell no, I just want to say thank you for what you do. And I really just wanted to meet you as a person, not as like a photo for a celebrity. So he said, hold on, go get it. And then, oddly enough, not only get one picture, I get two pictures. They didn't like the first picture, so he would take the second picture. And on top of that, which was even crazier with this whole situation, was he took a picture with his own phone. So he's got a picture of us in his phone. I don't know why he wanted a picture of me because I'm just working with the Elite Collective, and I'm just doing audio and sound at that day. Like I said, production management, you name it. I've done it in the industry, and it was kind of cool. If you were looking at celebrities as like an avenue to be like, hey, you're the man, and all this, and like kissing their ass, it doesn't work. You got to know the substance of a man. So he has substance. He was someone who has employed people, has helped people, has grown community stuff. And you have to remember when you're meeting these celebrities to remember they're a person. There's something beyond just what they're known for as a celebrity. Like, there's way more to it. There's a person behind the whole entire thing. And I'm using Magic Johnson as an example. There's many others like Sean Camp and the mayor, Bruce Harrell, when he was here, Kitty Wilson, for the local people, just so you know, Robert Turbin, like this. So like 7 or 8 different football players out here. There's a couple CEOs and CMOs I work with that are well known, and they're people. And a lot of times people forget that, and it closes doors for you, especially in your video productions, and you are trying to be the one that they feel comfortable with. When you're with a Magic Johnson and you're talking about how their day went and want to learn who they are as a person even more, they want to work with you. They don't want to hear about their basketball career and how much you looked at them that way. They want to know that you pay attention to what they did like 6 months ago with his housing program, or what he was doing with the youth program to help them get graduated from college. Those were the things that he wanted to talk about. And those are the things I knew he was doing because I've been paying attention. I just said, thank you, man, for all the work you do in the community and stuff like that. It inspires me, which it does, because every day that I'm out there, there's somebody out there who's in audio and visuals who are trying to become better, who are trying to become this. And I look at a man like him and go, yeah, that's what he did. He's made millions and millions of dollars, but he's still pushing to help others forward. And when you're meeting these celebrities, you got to take the time and find out who they are. Now, you may not always agree with everything about them, because that part is just a fact. You're not always going to believe it. Sometimes you're going to think, oh, this is a bunch of BS. I cannot stand this person. But when you get to know them, you're like, oh, there's more to this than what is shown on television about him. Because there's some things about him that weren't like my favorite things to see in the media. But when I got to know who he was as a person, and took time to dig into it, he's a really cool cat. The stuff he does for all of the people who are trying to help students move forward, I thought that was phenomenal. And his speech and about how to move forward in life, that as a keynote speaker, he's amazing. I mean, if you've ever get an opportunity to watch Magic Johnson as a keynote speaker, he is beyond phenomenal. Hi, Danny. And it was a pleasure and a privilege to be one to help him with the audio to make him sound good at that event, to help with the technical setup, to make sure the cameras were right, to make sure the stream was right, to make sure that the post production work was going to turn out really good. You know, as a production manager, so they got a producer, then your production manager with a slash job, which means I had a job that day, which I was doing. I think that day I was audio two and production manager, which means basically I was doing audio in multiple different directions, and then we had main audio leads, and I was helping them do a great job. And at the same time, I was production manager, which meant I had to make sure everything was working right, so that the producer can worry about all of the auxiliary things to do, that from making sure that our hosts are happy, making sure our clients are happy, and when you're balancing all that around, when you get an opportunity to meet someone like Magic Johnson or anyone else, it's always good to come in with them with the humility of saying, "Hey, look, it's great to meet you as a person." And you have to be genuine about it too. Like for me, it was just genuinely like, yes, this guy is cool. I like what he's done. I've seen what he did in California with the theaters, with the housing, with the education. And when you come that route, opportunities do present themselves. And because those people want to be treated like a person, not an idol. Imagine every day everyone looks at you like, and they want a picture of you or something else that doesn't show who you are, but just reminds them of what, I'm just a basketball player to you, or I'm just some superstar, or I'm just some singer. I know singers right now that do a lot of community work, and no one recognizes it because they just see the singer side of it. It's one of those weird celebrity things. And so, what I always tell everyone, if you're gonna meet celebrities, get to know them. If you know someone's coming into an event who may be, say, Ronaldo, say it's iSpeed, say it's whoever it is, spend a little time researching who they are. Research some of the products they're working on, the most current stuff, because that will set you apart from everyone else. And they'll actually open up more doors for you because they realize you're there to help people. And that's important. Um, so essentially, this whole live right now is not to brag that I've met Magic Johnson, but it's to talk about how to treat celebrities or people of higher stature like a regular person. I mean, if someone came in, I've had people research me, which was really weird. Like having somebody that's a high level come take the time and go, oh, yeah, you were working on the Mandela Project over here. You did this over here that was on Fox. That you did this over here for UNCF. You did this for Boeing. You did this for that project. It makes you feel like a person. You got to remember to let them feel like a person, because it's super important that they do feel like a person there, not just someone to idolize and stuff like that. They want a good, positive interaction from the teams that are supporting them. And it helps too to elevate what they're trying to do messaging wise, because sometimes they're stressed on other things and they want to have a much smoother environment to work around. And they want to feel like, I'm a person here. I'm recognized as a person to do this project and move forward. And it's hard sometimes when everyone's looking at him as a superstar versus a person. But overall, I just want to say it was really cool meeting Magic Johnson. I had a good 10-minute conversation with him, and he took the time to mentor me in that 10-minute conversation to work through some stuff and talk to me about a couple cool things. So, yeah, I thought it was a nice opportunity to meet somebody who's done the things I want to do, that are in my slate of the things that are in my vision to do later in life, and a part of it what I can do right now that I can do, and it's pretty cool. They will take the time and talk to you, and they will mentor you. They know they're going to see you one time, so they'll dump a lot on you. It was like having a whole encyclopedia thrown at me at once. And for those who don't know what an encyclopedia is, sorry, it's like having all of Wikipedia thrown at me at once on a particular subject matter. And I thought it was really cool because he was willing to even talk to me like that. And it helped a lot. And it helped me recognize some of the areas I could improve on and become better with supporting people who are there, who are what you consider high stature clients, and making their environment smoother and easier for them. Another one was really cool was Fluffy. Gabriel Iglesias, one of the coolest cats you'll ever meet. If you ever go to my production page on TikTok, you will see me and him, big hug and with a big smile, and he's a cool guy. Another one was Ja Rule. There's so many I've met. Richard Marks, I've met. Oh, you name these people, I've met them, and it was cool. And it's always been, those conversations laid back and just get to listen and learn. So anyway, we're about 12, 13 minutes into it. This isn't, like I said, this isn't a show off thing. This is just showing that it's cool when you get to meet these people, but treat them like they're a person and don't just idolize when you're showing up there. Be supportive, be present, and get to know who they are before they show up. That does make a huge difference. I want to call this an end because we're going to go see a cool movie tonight. It's the next 28 Years Later movie. Should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. And anyone who watched the stream tonight, massive appreciation. Thank you so much for watching. And this is probably one of my shorter streams. Normally I go about an hour, but I got other things to do tonight. Good night, y'all.